guess I would say that water is life. As they say, water is the first medicine. And if you went to camp, how many of y'all went to camp? If you went to camp, then you felt the spiritual power of that sacred Girira Situ, Mini Wachoni, that sacred water. That water, she's beautiful. And we were told that when you went to camp, that the first thing you do is you connect to her. And if you connect to her, then you're going to understand how to stand against this wicked system that has long been our enemy for centuries. The black snake is a mere descendant of an enemy that we have long fought. And our ancestors made it through years and years of frightening times so that we could be here. And in this time, they say that it takes prayer. We did the actions. We went on the front lines. We were abused. We were charged with bogus charges. And we were in their system, in their court system. But they say even when you're in those places of destruction, it takes power. And it's that power of prayer that they fear. They fear it because they have no connection. And so it's easy for them to destroy the earth. It's easy for them to destroy the water because they have no spirit. If you have a spirit, then you can connect to the star people. You can connect to the water and the earth. Then they say no weapon formed against us shall prosper. Yes. And so whenever we move forward, pushed by those prayers of our ancestors, we can't go wrong. But it's up to us to acknowledge that water and allow that water to heal us. In every ceremony that we have, we ask the water to heal us. We ask her to help us in every ceremony. The water doesn't need our help. We need the water's help. This water has been here long before we were even thought of. And this water will be here long after we're gone. This isn't our reality, these building blocks of destruction surrounding us to where we can't see the sunrise, the sunset. We can't see the moon move across the sky or the sun move across the sky or the way the constellations move. This is their creation. And in their creation, they're sick. But we were told that there will come a time, this time, where those who create this destruction will need help. Because there are some that do need help. But there are a lot that have no spirit. And it's up to us as humble, compassionate, spiritual beings to reach into places like this, to where these buildings will crumble, this system will crumble, that spirit of destruction will crumble because of spirituality. And so when we went to camp, we realized that the water is powerful and beautiful. And so we honor the water like we honor our women. We honor our women like we honor the earth. We honor the earth like we strive to honor ourselves. Because only when you find yourself spiritually are you fully equipped to battle this system. That's why this system for many, many years tried to break the spirit of our ancestors. But that's one thing they couldn't break, was our spirit. And so we are in a powerful time that has been prophesied for many, many tribes, many nations. From this side of Mother Earth all the way to the other side of the earth, it's been prophesied. But it's up to us as people, compassionate humans, to come together, no matter what background, compassionate humans. And so at camp every night, for inspiration, motivation, and for healing, we would sing every night. We would sing and we would pray and we would come together and feast and suffer together in ceremonies, all for a purpose, and that's for the future. Because it's going to take time. Technology has you blinded that you want it right now. But it takes time. And what is time? Time is spirituality. You don't learn spirituality in one day. It takes time and patience. And if you have the patience, like a plant, to grow, then you'll understand how water works. Water will feed these seeds, and it takes time. And so there's a generation that's coming after us. There are babies that are going to be born into this earth that are going to carry on this powerful message. And that message is also going to have action. And that action is going to be beautiful. But do know that in this time, they said it's not going to be easy. It's going to be destructive to those who don't see through spiritual lenses. But to Mother Earth, it's beautiful. And I'm just thankful to be here from Oklahoma. I'm from Oklahoma, and I'm just one spiritual warrior for the people. There are many who haven't found themselves. Standing Rock is a second home of mine, and I'm honored to see that the youth are finding a way on Standing Rock and all across Native country. Because Standing Rock was a place that suffered the suicide epidemic in early 2000s. You fast forward 14 years, and it was the youth that inspired us all. It was the youth. The youth found a reason to live. And in that, we are inspired as adults. So I'm thank you for allowing me to sing for you all. We all can sing together, and that's the beautiful thing about it. Because look at us, we all come from different tribes, different backgrounds, and we're battling a wicked system, and the system is ugly, and it's frustrating how ugly it can be. But we have to stay encouraged, because I was there. I was in their court with a felony, 5 charges, bogus charges, telling me I was going to have the worst case scenario was 7 years. The best case scenario in a racist system where I'm not going to get a fair trial was 1.5 years. And I have a son and a bunch of nieces and nephews, and it was scary. But through prayer, we went into court. We went into court, and they lied. They lied on the stand. And it's disturbing to see how easy it is for them to lie. But we prayed. We went in there with good hearts and good minds. Prayed for our lawyer. We put medicine on the ground when we went in there. We snuck that medicine on the ground because we knew it would work. And all of a sudden, the attorney started hitting that man who was lying with the truth. Arrows of truth. If you were there, if you could see it, if you can see it in your mind that our attorney was hitting him with arrows of truth in his chest, in his mind, in his neck, in his heart, and he started to shake on the stand. His voice started to quiver with every lie. He started to sweat, and all I needed him to do was look at me one time in the eye so the medicine would work. And I kept saying, look at me, look at me, look at me. And finally, his eyes turned to me for half a second, but right when he caught my eye, he had no power. We took the power from him. And that last question that my attorney asked him, he said, what did these 2 men do? And he sat there shaking. And he said, I don't know. That's just what they told me. And he looked at the prosecuting attorney, and he didn't realize what he just did. The power of prayer will make the truth come up to the surface like water. And when we go into their system, our medicine still works because they entered our world. And so it was a beautiful day, just like today. So I encourage all of y'all to keep pushing forward. Teach your nieces and nephews. Teach your sons and daughters. Teach them to be warriors, spiritual warriors. Because this is a spiritual battle between spirituality and technology. And their technology runs deep. But technology that they use against us, we can use it too. Because this technology is our relative. Technology only works by the use of rare metals. And those rare metals come from the earth. And the Creator said we can communicate with everything in the earth. And so we can use this technology against them. Just like we can use their education against them. Just like we can use their English language against them. Better than them. To unite the people. And so that's all I do. So thank y'all very much. No dapple. Water is life. Water is sacred. Many Wachoni. Get it all Situ. No pipelines. All of it. All of it. Respect our water. And we can't forget how beautiful the Missouri River is.
No Kinder Morgan.
Yes, no No Chase, no Wells Fargo, no Kinder Morgan. Divest, defund, all of it. As soon as you can, go to these rivers and make a prayer. I hope. Thought chicks.